Chapter 9 The Signal Beneath. The map bled red. Emily watched the codex's inked surface ripple like heat waves. New splinters bloomed across Maine, each one pulsing with rhythmic bursts of dark energy. They weren't dormant anymore. They're triangulating, Elias murmured. 3 major signals converging here, here, and here. He tapped 3 points, one in the North Woods, one beneath a reservoir, and one directly beneath Chamberlain. Aaron leaned in. That's not possible. There's nothing under Chamberlain except rock and sewer lines. There's something, Emily said quietly. It's been waiting a long time. They returned to the hollow under heavy cloud. The sky churned. Emily felt the pressure building like a storm behind her eyes. When the kindled reached the clearing, they found a new mark etched in the dirt, a spiral burned into the earth, still smoldering. This wasn't here yesterday, Maurice said. Elias knelt. It's a calling mark. Something wants us to go underground. Emily stared at it, her palm still faintly glowing from the last binding. Or it wants to draw something up. That night, sleep came reluctantly. When it did, it was filled with fire. Emily stood in a memory not her own, her childhood home burning again, the old living room engulfed. But this time she walked through the fire unharmed. She saw her mother, young, terrified, huddled in the hallway, holding a crying infant Emily. A shadow passed the window. Elias. The fire curved around him, obeying him. Emily turned. In the hallway mirror, she saw herself, not as a child, but as she was now, burning from within, golden veins crawling beneath her skin. A voice echoed in her ear, not her own. She bore the flame and passed it on. You are the root now. She awoke gasping, her pendant burning hot against her chest. They entered through the old drainage tunnels beneath the chapel. Emily led, her pendant glowing brighter with each step. The walls narrowed and twisted. Somewhere below, water dripped like a ticking clock. Eventually they reached a chamber none of them remembered mapping. The walls pulsed with faint red light, and in the center sat a stone slab like an altar, cracked, scorched. Aaron stepped forward. Is that bone? The surface was littered with them, small bones, childlike, charred black. Maurice turned away. No. We should leave. But Emily walked forward and touched the slab. It burned cold. And then she saw. Another vision overtook her. The chapel, decades earlier. A ritual in progress. Margaret White, younger, chanting beside the slab. Carrie's voice, small, confused, crying for her mother. Elara stood behind them both, calm, calculating. The ritual went wrong. The slab cracked. Fire erupted. And Emily saw it again, the same eyes she'd seen in the smoke as a child. Her own. She yanked her hand back. It's hungry. It remembers me. Back above, night had fallen fast. Too fast. The chapel's windows flickered with movement, dozens of shadows gathering outside. Emily burst through the doors. Her voice rang out. They're not people. Don't let them in. Elias turned to her. The ash has sent its first echoes. Proxies. The kindled formed a circle, backs to each other. Shapes moved through the fog, too fluid, too silent. One stepped forward, a man with hollow eyes and hands like blades. It smiled, a mimic of kindness. We remember you, Carrie. We remember the fire. Aaron lit a flare. The shape recoiled. Maurice raised her voice. You're not welcome here. This town remembers, too. The shapes paused. They flickered. Emily stepped forward, pendant blazing. You want me? Come and burn. The flare struck the dry grass. Fire erupted. The echoes screamed. Later, as the last ash drifted into the sky, Elias turned to Emily. You did more than fight. You bound them back. She stared into the firelight. I didn't even try. I just knew. Then you're waking up, Elias said. And the final splinter, the one under Chamberlain, is waking too. Emily swallowed hard. How much time do we have? Maybe a day. Maybe less. Aaron stood beside her. Then we finish this. No more running. Maurice nodded. We fight at the root. Chapter 10, The Eye Below. Chapter 10, The Eye Below. The kindle didn't wait for morning. Emily led them into the drainage tunnels beneath the chapel, her pendant glowing like a coal beneath her shirt. The passage twisted downward, deeper than they'd ever dared go. Faint red light pulsed in the stone, as though veins had formed in the walls themselves. Elias walked just behind her, silent but alert. Aaron and Maurice followed with chalk, salt, and the codex. Kyle brought up the rear, pale and jittery. They passed the burned altar from the night before, the slab still cracked, the ash cold. But further in, where the tunnel widened into unfamiliar space, the air changed. It was sacred. Still. Watching. The room they entered wasn't made of stone or glass, it was something older, almost earthen. The walls were smoothed with age, not polish. Spirals had been carved by hand, not machine. The floor was dirt and scorched bone, the ceiling low and round like a buried womb. In the center sat a raised mound, an altar of sorts, marked by the spiral symbol that had followed them since the hollow. Elias approached slowly. This is it. The eye. The codex's pages flipped open on their own. Symbols glowed and rearranged as if reacting to proximity. Emily stepped forward, drawn. Her hands trembled as she placed them on the eye. Everything dissolved. She was standing in fire again, but this time, she wasn't afraid. She walked through it. The air shimmered with memory. A house. Her mother, younger, whispering to an infant. Behind her, Margaret White scrawling sigils. And in the mirror, Carrie. But this time, Carrie looked right at her. You're not me, Carrie said softly. No, Emily replied. But I think I understand you now. Carrie's eyes shimmered, not with flame, but grief, that they never let me be anything but a monster. I won't let them do that to me. Carrie stepped closer. Then take what I couldn't. From the flames, a book appeared, burned at the edges, but intact. A journal. Carrie's. Emily reached for it. When she returned to the eye, the chamber was quiet. The others stared at her, breath held. You were gone, Aaron whispered. For almost 10 minutes. Emily opened the journal. It's hers. Carrie's. The eye gave it to me. The handwriting inside was neat, careful, entries filled with raw terror, longing, and attempts to understand her power. Maurice stepped beside her. She tried to control it. She wanted peace, Emily said. But the world didn't give her any. Elias placed a hand on her shoulder. Now you have a choice she never did. Back above ground, Aaron led the group to the library after hours. This is where we will meet from now on since the chapel is starting to give everyone the heebie-jeebies. It might be the safest place in town right now. Elias explained. Emily sat, legs to her chest in a pillowy papasan chair beside a spot of light, Carrie's journal in her lap. Her pendant had dimmed. I think I'm losing it, she whispered. Aaron knelt beside her. The fire? She nodded. It's fading. I can feel it slipping. And part of me wants it back. He said nothing for a long time, then wrapped an arm around her. Mari sat on the floor beside them, her fingers brushing a protective rune into the carpet. Elias moved closer and knelt across from her, not touching, just listening. You were powerful before the flame, Aaron said. You'll be powerful after. You don't need fire to burn. But what if I'm just broken without it? She said. What if people see me like they saw her? A threat? A mistake? Someone better off buried? You're not broken, Mari said gently. You're healing. You're choosing. That's power the rest of us can only hope for. Elias studied her. You fear you'll be unloved without the fire. But the fire didn't make you worthy. You did. With every decision you made to use it for something better. Emily blinked hard. It still hurts. Being this different. Knowing some part of me will always be tied to destruction. Aaron tightened his arm around her shoulder. That part of you also saved us. It's not the fire they'll remember. It's what you did with it. You were powerful before the flame, he said. You'll be powerful after. You don't need fire to burn. But what if I'm just broken without it? She said. What if people see me like they saw her? They won't, Mari said, entering quietly. Because we won't let them. Because you're not alone. Emily exhaled shakily. I want it to mean something. I want the fire to be more than rage and loss. I want to make it matter. Aaron smiled. Then that's exactly what you'll do. That night, Elias returned to the library with new data. Another flare, he said. In Mexico, a teenager playing pelota purepecha lit the field with his bare hands. He posted a video, said he felt called. He's been having visions of a woman he called Santa Elara. Said she told him to go to Chamberlain. Emily leaned forward. He saw Elara. Elias nodded. Used his viral money to book a flight. He's not looking for you. He wants the eye. And he thinks Elara is divine. Maurice frowned. He's walking into the hollow with his eyes closed. Emily stood, her fire dim but not gone. Then we seal the eye. We finish this. Before others are fooled into thinking the fire can't burn them, too. She looked out the library window, toward the hollow.